Hello there. Welcome to the Two Soap channel. I'm Gabriella Brown, and back in 2003, when my two girls were babies, I started a business on my kitchen table, and my brand Two Soap has been in the marketplace ever since. I live an Orthodox Jewish life, and I'm a bubby to 3 grandbabies. I make videos about all my passions, which include clean businesses, personal growth, cooking, and growing arugula, lettuce, and Swiss chard in my kitchen. Join me by subscribing and clicking the notification bell so you won't miss any videos. Well, hello there, it's Gabriella Brown. I'm back in the kitchen. You know, I don't always cook, I do other things, but because we're still during the 7 days of Passover and we're towards the end, we're going back in lockdown tonight. No lights turned on and off. I call it blackout. To my non-Jewish friends, I'll tell them I'm going into blackout tonight, and they know what I mean. So for 2 days we have another Yom Tov, and then it's Shabbos, so I need to cook, and I don't want to cook tomorrow, so I'm doing all my cooking today. And that means Schnitzel. And that means a new experiment. I'm experimenting again. I want to use up the shmura matzah meal, so I'm going to make Schnitzel with it. Last year I had half the box left over, so I want to get this coated on some chicken. So it starts with my concoction of lots of spices. And I kind of got this recipe from my daughter, who is an excellent schnitzel maker. The one who's away, she's at actually a Pesach resort in San Diego this year with her family, her other family. So we didn't get to taste her delicious cooking. And she is an excellent schnitzel maker, but she gave me some tips, and I'm going to give them to you. And one of the tips is to put salt and pepper in your egg wash. So I've done that already. I need to add some salt to this. Don't be shy with the salt. Don't think you're using too much, because this has to coat a lot of chicken, so you need a lot. I hope this is enough. I don't know if this is enough to coat all this chicken. So I've got my pan warming up. It's just gonna dip in the egg wash. And the secret, there's a few secrets. You wanna salt and pepper your egg wash, and you wanna start with semi-frozen chicken. This chicken right now is semi-frozen. I cut it frozen, and I didn't pound it out because my neighbor downstairs will lose his mind if I pound up here, because I've done it before and he pounds back. So in order to avoid any conflict, I slice them when they're frozen. So it's easy to slice when they're frozen. Got this pan that kind of bows in the middle. And this is not quite hot enough, so it's gonna sit here, and this is not good. Turn this up. So dip. It's amazing how frozen these are. They were in the freezer. I took them out in the fridge. Last night I took them out to thaw, and we're still frozen, which is helpful. And I have too much egg wash, I can see. Way too much egg wash. And this is another experiment. I realized that that's pretty much what I do with my cooking. I'm constantly experimenting. You know what that means? That means a lot of stuff doesn't turn out. There are times when I make things that just doesn't turn out. That is part of the experimental process. You're gonna lose. To embrace failure. It's part of the process. Hoping I have enough of the Schnitzel mix. I don't want to make any more. You know, I know some of you out there bake your schnitzel, but it's just not the same. It's not the same as frying schnitzel. Fried schnitzel is delicious, and baked schnitzel is okay. It's not the same. And I don't do this all the time. I don't make schnitzel all the time. I'm almost out of powder. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough. I have to make a little bit more for these last two pieces. Yeah, I don't think I have enough here. Okay, let's see. So what I'm gonna do on the last two pieces, because I don't want to make a bunch more that I can't use, I'm gonna go solo on each piece. There's only two pieces left, so I'm going to sprinkle on each spice and the shmura matzah individually, just so I don't have to make more. And inside the bowl, it's getting a little doughy, so I'm just piling that dough on top of this chicken, so I can use every bit of it. So here we go with these. Coat them. And I will season each one in the bowl individually. And you could do schnitzel this way as well. You could do a sprinkle schnitzel. The excess that pours into the bowl will go on the other side. These are perfectly coated. Okay, awesome. Okay, let's fry these up. This pan, unfortunately, it bows in the middle, so move it around. it. And I wish that we had smell-o-vision. This smells so good. The combination of the spices. And there's just a hint of basil and oregano that just makes the schnitzel taste so delicious. Okay, I'm timing this. I'm going to cook it for 10 minutes and come back. I have other things to do, and I have a tendency to burn food if I don't time it. This is the secret to perfection for me, is using a timer. That's what I've learned. It might work for you too. Looks delicious. So I think the frozen chicken technique is a winner. I am calling a win on this one. Okay, let's put more in here. I know the oil is not totally sizzling right now, but that's okay because it started out like that last time and it turned out. And this chicken is still slightly frozen. Really frozen. Okay, let's cook these for about 12 minutes and then flip them. We're just turning over these last few schnitzels, the Schmuramatze schnitzel. And I gotta say, it looks delicious. It's perfect. Okay, let's try this schnitzel. It's cooled down some. I wasn't ready to eat when I made it. It was 10:30 in the morning. It was a little too early for me. But let's try this. Okay. My first impression is that it's tender, which I didn't think that would be my first impression. My second impression is that it has great flavor. You know what? Dare I say, it's perfect to my liking. This is exactly what I wanted it to taste like. Totally yummy. This is something I made earlier this morning. It was made from a very large organic butternut squash. That is very good. You know, this was a squash that it wasn't as tender because it was so big. When the vegetables get really large, they're a little less tender and they have more fiber sometimes. So this one was very fibrous, but I whipped it and whipped it and whipped it and whipped it, and it broke it down some. But there's still some texture in there, but it tastes good. I like it.
This is really good.
This video has been brought to you by Tooth Soap. Feel a difference after the first brushing, guaranteed.